look pretty. That's your boo. I got boo in the video.
Because I was with that person. Who name did he put in that caption when he posted my son? He has a way of doing the same thing over every time we fall out. He our kid. Just, that's what I...
Rumor has it that Chrissy and Rock Dunn have moved on to someone else. And it already appears to be another train crash in progress. Darling. Sis has been out here on a full-fledged branding tour, appearing in live streams and church pews, talking softly and fervently, and pretending as though she has changed. You understand the routine, phony calm atmosphere, gospel vibrations, and captions that shout, "Don't judge me," as she secretly plans her next move. She has now given her Lee Leone adventure a fresh twist. A man who didn't even seem to want to be there, let's face it. It failed instantly when she attempted to introduce him as though he were her new chapter. He waited there as if he was waiting for the Uber to arrive, while the girl was smiling and trying her hardest. Look at me. I went about my daily business. The video was weird. The atmosphere was strange. Sis provided vitality to the primary character, but the man added more backstory. But because this isn't random, let's go back in time and see how this disaster came to be. This was undoubtedly the next phase in Chrisean's effort to improve my reputation. She started us off with gospel rock. Instead of dragging herself as usual, she started asking followers for prayers, hit a few churches, and performed as if she were trying out for salvation. She then changed her focus to Twitch, saying she was pursuing a broadcasting bag and was now promoting peace. Suddenly, she's posting pictures of herself with a gentle filter on her face and a clean appearance, as if she's attempting to appear maternal and recovered. The entire situation shouted image rehab. Growth is adorable, but you can't wear a turtleneck all the time.
My foot down, and when I'm trying to leave that man alone, he spitefully go after our kid. Yes, I do feel that. When we're good, I don't fear him mistreating our son. That's when he's on his good behavior.
When I attempt to leave that man alone and put my foot down, he fights and aggressively pursues our child. I do feel that, yes. I don't worry about him misrepresenting our son while we're doing well. At that point, he is acting appropriately. Forgo all of the inner effort and partake in connection. That isn't therapeutic. That is aesthetically pleasing. Then Chrisean began disparaging Blueface once more, right before this enigmatic man appeared. She suddenly started discussing his alleged mistreatment of her and their child. The timing is quite dubious. Why bring that up now? For example, particularly when dude is unable to reply since he is locked away. It's provided strategic rollout, as if she had to depict him as the antagonist in order to create room for her further narrative development. And a few hours after those accusations were made, the new man's soft launch happened. Her nails are done, her hair's newly styled, and her housegirls are acting as though she had just received a proposal. That man, meanwhile, appeared to wish to vanish. The energy was completely depleted. No love, no smiles, no hand-holding. He was the only one with his phone hooked to it, seemingly checking the clock every 5 minutes. He is standing there like a mall security officer while Sis is attempting to strike a romantic pose as though they had just left a pregnancy shoot. The background music even seemed to want to leave the scene. And when your pals talk louder than your partner, you know it's not good. They're yelling, "You guys are adorable," as if they were attempting to shout chemistry into being. In the meantime, this man is gazing about and saying, "Lord, please let me know if I'm allowed to leave." Apparently, the atmosphere truly broke later that evening. According to others close to her, she became emotional. She moves like she just got out of treatment. Her eyes are swollen and her demeanor is odd. According to reports, she was sniffling and saying things like, "I just want to be loved and I try to do right and still end up broken." And it struck for a brief moment. It seemed genuine at that point.
Hey, want to be serious and do it right? Bye. I'm unfollowing everybody on this Instagram. you miss all of us. I did that before.
Well, I respect
Now
that.
attack that nigga on the other side of my face, yes.
Because despite all that is going on, this injured girl is still pleading for someone to treat her fairly. However, that tender moment was short-lived. Sis immediately reverted to his defensive stance and began promoting a whole other storyline, claiming that the man just was incapable of managing a lady such as her. He wasn't prepared. She was too authentic. However, he didn't abandon you, sweetie. Simply put, he never registered at all. He didn't even enter the room. If the door was never open, it is not a refusal. She abruptly returns to the stage to discuss how she still secretly wants to get Blueface's name permanently inked on her face, just when you thought she would go peacefully and dignifiedly. Yes, she talks of reviving the name of the guy who publicly rejected her kid after all of that emotional breakdown. All of the tears and all of the unsuccessful rebound energy. The same guy who said on tape that he wasn't even certain the child was his. She seems to take 2 strides ahead before completely backflipping into the same tragedy. It seems as though her suffering is calling her home each time she approaches. A breakthrough. In addition to emotionally and spiritually choking her, Blueface most likely still had a drawer key to her apartment. Her constant attempts to manage this church girl plot in public while her private life remains in a state of disorder are what truly irritate me. She wore long sleeves, went live to baptize herself, and cited scripture as if holiness would make grief go. Sis, however, is disintegrating behind the veil like a parched biscuit during a heat wave. She has no one to depend on. Her eyes are hot, and she attempts to turn it back the way she did the curvature every time. Let's face it, Chrisean is still looking for anything to cover the gap that she won't mend. She is clinging to the hope that someone may one day fall in love with her enough to repair all the harm. However, that gap, that hole, is growing wider. Additionally, it's no longer all about her if you zoom out. This entire chaotic storyline perfectly captures what everyone is doing these days thanks to social media. To win back a man who never appreciated them, we had girls twerking at night and quoting the Bible in the morning. Men were drawn into a storyline they didn't even audition for after they showed up for a picture without saying anything. In order to seem like more dependable partners on Instagram, we have single mothers attempting damage control. And although the actual tea is chilly and lonely, we have timelines full of gentle life highlights. Everyone is acting as though they have recovered. Their postings, their stance, and their discourse on love all reveal the reality. Chrisean is not the only person caught in that cycle. On the live feed, she is just the one spinning the loudest. And this is the unvarnished reality. Sometimes the rejection you experience has nothing to do with the other individual. It's your vitality. It's the emotional mess you carry around. People might sense that you're still troubled by your previous relationship. You were too genuine for the new man to leave. When he realized that Blueface still had the keys to your soul, he took a step back. Furthermore, no adult wants to go up against a ghost. Chrisean did, in fact, have a little breakdown. Perhaps it was what she needed. The sound of your own fantasy coming to an end is sometimes the only thing that can wake you up. As long as Blueface's name is still shown on her face. Some supporters even called it out, stating that they couldn't take her seriously. Others saw that it was obvious the new guy didn't want to be there. Then there were some who simply said what we were all thinking. She's bewildered, perplexed, and on the downward spiral once more. What do you guys think? Is Chen really prepared for a change? Or is she only trying to patch an open wound with rebounds? If someone continues to bring up their history in every post, can they truly rebrand? The most crucial question is whether Chrisean can truly be rescued or if she must first save herself. Leave your thoughts in the space provided below. You are well aware of how dirty everything is.